Do you guys know who the starting quarterback is?
Nah, he hasn't come out and said, but the most important thing is we're going to need everybody. I think that's very apparent. There's 11 guys on the field, not just one. We need every single person. And there's a lot of guys fighting for jobs, and we're just everyone I would say is ready to get out there and go play.
How close do you think the conversation still is between you and Shane? Here you are 6 days out before the game.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, everyone's working really hard. I think that's probably a better question for Coach. I mean, he would have a better insight than we would. But, like I said, we're all just really working, still staying after it.
Is there a time you'd want to know by so that you can kind of prepare for that?
I think everybody's preparing right now as if they got to go out there and start and play, at every position. So, I mean, that shouldn't be something you need to know. You should always prepare so you're starting. So.
I believe you've learned 3 different offenses in 3 years, or maybe 4 and 4.
Shane's learned like 5,
or
6, or 10, or 20. Jeez, no, I mean, this is my 3rd coordinator in 5 years. So. 3rd and 5.
Yeah. How hard has this been to pick up, and where do you feel you've progressed the most?
It's always tough early, trying to wipe out an old system, but also take similar reads and concepts together. With that said, sometimes you get frustrated early because you're not, it's all new. But you just have to stay after, keep studying. That's something that Coach Fish always stresses. Just say, what are you doing when you're not in the building? How you're spending that time and trying to use it as best you can.
Were there technique things they tried to get you to change here, different coaching?
I mean, little things. Coaches usually don't mess with your throwing, I would say, very much. Sometimes just get it out quicker, stuff like that. But no, not really messing too much. But, little things that kind of work with the offense, I would say, like footwork and that stuff.
Do you think you have won the quarterback job? Do you feel like you've been the better quarterback this camp?
I don't know. You guys are trying to bait me into something, but that's cool. Guys, I've been doing this for a couple of years now. No, I mean, we're all trying really hard. And everybody wants to play, so we'll find out whenever the coach decides to let us know.
How does a Coach Harbaugh camp compare to an Iowa camp?
Both camps are hard. They're meant to get you ready for the season. It's tough to compare apples and oranges, and coaches have different approaches. And I'd just say it's different, but it's hard to get into specifics of exactly how they are different.
What's been the biggest?
Sorry, go ahead, Rachel.
Thank you. What's been the biggest challenge of coming into this camp?
I'd say, getting here in the summer, you don't have as much time with the guys. You have to try to create a bond there, and then having that camp allows you to create more bond, being together in close quarters for a lot, and just learning the offense. That's always a tough thing to do.
What kind of different dynamic is it when the head coach is not only like a position coach or something like that, but the head coach is so kind of invested in your specific position battle for all the obvious reasons?
It's different. Normally, the head coach has his position he played or his position that he's coaching. I've never had a head coach that's also a quarterback, so it's very different in that regard. But he might tell you some things and that get a little bit more specific, let's say, than a broader offense that another coach might have.
Any examples of that?
Just drops and understanding that and understanding certain reads and how you're going to make a progression in that regard. Yeah.
Where do you think your game has improved the most under Jim?
I don't know. That's tough to compare without playing, without getting on the field and seeing what has changed. But I think he's helped with decision making and understanding. Not everything is 1, 2, 3, but kind of understanding that sometimes you're reading areas and sometimes you're reading people. I mean, that's something that you learn, but you can kind of fine tune it a little better.
How ready do you feel for the first game? Are you eager for Thursday? Do you wish you had more time?
I think everybody is eager. Everybody wants to play. That's why we came here. We didn't. I mean, guys don't, sign their name saying, "Yeah, I want to go play against my own team all day, every day." So I think everybody's eager, excited to play. And yeah, we're going to use the time that we have to prepare as best as we can.